Dominique was always active. She was always moving around. Once she started walking, it was like just terror in the house. I think it was like the summer of 2004, and she started getting red spots on her legs and her arms. And they would be there for a few days and they would go away. This went on and off for a few weeks. Then she started retaining fluid. We went to her pediatrician and they did blood tests and said that there was protein buildup in her urine. So she said, I'm going to send you to Dr. Himes, a kidney specialist, to check and see what's going on. He suggested to do a biopsy, and they told us that she had IgA nephropathy, which was a kidney disease. So he put her on some medicine. The symptoms got better, but as they were monthly checking her creatinine numbers, they were going up. By, I'd say, mid-August, September, we found out that she was in kidney failure. And he said that at this point, she would need a transplant. And, I mean, it was devastating. They told us that it would probably be possible that she would have to do dialysis. There was hemo and then PD. The PD would be at home, and where she could live, more of a normal life being on there. So that was the one that we chose. Now, with cheerleading, she kept cheering. Even with the catheter in and all, she did. The coaches were a little nervous at first, but we got the okay. Dominique complained about her chest hurting. And she said, Mom, it's hard for me to breathe. And I took her to the closest emergency room that I could get to. A whole one side of her lung cavity was full of fluid. So that meant she had to go from the PD to the hemo. So this was, I guess, about 6 o'clock that morning. So about 7, the hospital phone rang. And I was this early. And I answered, and it was the lady at Children's. She said, well, guess what? I said, what? She said, we have a kidney for her. I started screaming and crying. When they released her, I took her to Children's. And when it was time to take her out, I cried a little more, and she said, Mom, I'm going to be okay. And I kissed her, and I went out, and I sat, and I waited, and shortly after 5, they called me. And they said that it was all over, and that she was fine. Whew. That was a relief. I don't think that I could explain how I felt. It's so much better. Initially, she was on 9 medicines, 13 to 15 pills twice a day. Since then, she's been taken off of 2 of them. As far as Children's, I wouldn't go anywhere else. The staff is wonderful. I have not found anyone at Children's that I didn't just fall in love with.
My life is normal. I go to school, I go out, I have a boyfriend, I still take medicine. I take it every day, 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. It's not difficult, but it's just a part of my routine now. I understand that I have to take it to stay healthy. So I would like to become the valedictorian of class of 2007 at Creekside High School. And I want to attend UNC to major in pre-medicine and become a pediatric nephrologist because they took so much great care of me, and I want to do that for other children. And I would also like to do hair on the side.